Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Veteran broadcaster Francois St. Jos has died. The well-known co-host of Radio Jamaica's morning program, Sunny Side Up, died this morning at the University Hospital of the West Indies. He was reportedly ailing for some time. Up to the time of his death, Francois was co-host of the morning show with Paula Ann Porter-Jones. The news of his passing has rocked the Radio Jamaica team, the wider media fraternity, and many Jamaicans. Francois has been a broadcaster for over 3 decades. He joined the team at Radio Jamaica, formerly RJR, in 1984 while completing a degree in physics. His mother worked in media and his father was an iconic film and video producer and director of photography. Francois was invited to join the famed 95 FM team by Don Toppin, Norma Brown Bell, and Holt Palmer, and quickly made a name for himself as one of the bright young stars of the famed 95 FM family. His ascension was swift. In 1987, he became supervisor of the famed 95 FM staff. Then in 1991, he was promoted to assistant programs manager, and in 1996 he rose to the position of manager executive producer of famed 95 FM. In 2007, he stepped up even more, becoming the general manager of Radio RJR, Fame and Hits. In 2012, he began hosting the Saturday morning show on Radio Jamaica, a prelude to his current position of host of Sunny Side Up, the weekday morning show. The veteran broadcaster also served his community and was a member of the Rotary Club of Kingston, where he acted as president in 2014. Meanwhile, there has been an outpouring of tribute across social media on the veteran broadcaster's passing. Prime Minister Andrew Holness took to social media platform Twitter to highlight Francois' work. He says Mr. Francois brightened every space he occupied and was very easy to love. The Prime Minister also noted that Mr. Francois was always professional and had a passion for what he did, which made it more than a job for him. Prime Minister Holness ended by offering condolences to the family and loved ones of Mr. Francois. And Minister of Culture and Entertainment Oliver Grange said Mr. Francois certainly made his name in the radio broadcasting in Jamaica by becoming a household name among radio listeners across the island. In her tribute, Minister Grange says a booming voice from an expert presenter behind the microphone had been silent, and the echoes in his memories will last for a long time. She further extended sympathies to Francois' family, his relatives, Sunside Up partner, Paula Ann Porter, and the RJR group. Howard Cook Primary School mourns passing of Vice Principal Veronica Headley Jennings. The Howard Cook Primary School in St. James has been plunged into mourning following the passing of Vice Principal Veronica Headley Jennings this morning. Speaking with reporters, the school principal Dave Scott said Mrs. Headley Jennings was a brilliant educator who has left a mark on all who interacted with her.
Vice Principal Mrs. Veronica Jennings passed off this morning, sadly. It's really a devastating news. She was so loved by the entire school population. She's the only teacher that has been there since 1989 when the school just began. And she was loved. She was in everything. Was in everything in the school. And to hear this news this morning, it's so heart-wrenching, hard to swallow. But we just have to keep strong and keep going on because we have to live on her legacy that she has left by the school. She was to be acting as principal come September 1 because I'll be going off on leave, or I should be going off on leave. We'll take today to just grieve, and then come tomorrow I'll meet with my board and my senior staff and my education officer and to see the way forward. But we're just going to take today and don't even think about that. Tomorrow we'll see where it goes from there.
Man set ablaze near Heroes Circle. The Kingston Central Police are probing an incident in which a man was set ablaze this morning in the vicinity of Heroes Circle in central Kingston. Reporters understand that a police team on patrol in the area discovered the man on fire and rushed him to the hospital. He reportedly died while undergoing treatment. Preliminary reports indicate that the man may have been living on the streets. Traffic in the area was this morning diverted due to the scene being processed by the police. It's not immediately clear what circumstances led to the man being set on fire. Up to news time, efforts to get an update from the Kingston Central Police and the Constable Corporate Communications Unit were unsuccessful. 16-year-old charged for murder. A 16-year-old girl has been charged with murder following the killing of 20-year-old Shadane Harriott on Bethel Street in Manchester on Saturday, August 27. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 6:45 p.m., Harriott, who was in a relationship with the teen, had a dispute during which she used a knife to inflict a wound to his neck. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The teen was held by citizens and handed over to the police. She was subsequently charged. Her court date is being finalized. Campbell says Security Minister, Police Commissioner must go. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell has called on Prime Minister Andrew Holness to fire the National Security Minister Dr. Horace Jang and the Police Commissioner General Anthony Anderson. He made the comments while addressing party faithful at the Southwest Constituency Conference at the weekend. Citing recent public polling, Dr. Campbell argues that the Security Minister and the Commissioner have lost the confidence of the Jamaican people.
When the current Prime Minister was leader of opposition, he made a statement that if the country loses confidence in a minister, then that minister must go. Now I saw a Danandisa poll just last week, and in that poll it said that 93% of the country said they don't have any confidence in Horace Chan or the Commissioner of Police. So I want to ask the Prime Minister, what are you waiting on to change your Minister of National Security and change the Commissioner of Police? We will support the government when they put good policies on the table. But if it's bad policy, nobody can call us to support a bad policy. Our interest is not to make government look good. Our interest is to protect the interests of the Jamaican people. When government protecting the interests of Jamaican people, we will support government. When government not protecting Jamaican people, we have a right to burn fire for government. And we will not allow anyone to take away that responsibility from us.
KSAMC ramping up its preparation for disaster relief shelters. As the country approaches the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, the Kingston and St. Anne Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, is ramping up its preparation in the disaster relief shelters across the corporate area. Mayor of Kingston, Senator Delroy Williams, hosted the municipality's annual shelter management conference recently to gauge the level of preparation at the shelters. Mayor Williams noted that shelter managers play a critical role before, during and after extreme weather events.
So it really allows us to interact and to share information and to generally share what's happening across the municipality as it relates to disaster preparedness planning, our response capability, and also to pick up from our shelter managers. Apart from sharing information and providing some level of training and information, also to receive information from them in terms of what's happening in relation to the various communities and the various shelters. Part of what we have done here is to say to them, thank you for volunteering, and because that is very important to us. The spirit of volunteerism still exists and exists in a very meaningful way in the municipality.
Over 160 students benefit from NHF's Summer Employment Program. Over 160 secondary and tertiary level students benefited from the National Health Fund NHF 8-week summer employment program that officially ended on Friday, August 19. At a cost of over $10 million, this year's summer program saw the placement of summer workers at 67 locations island-wide to include hospitals, the Pharmacy Council of Jamaica, the 4 regional health authorities, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and as well as the NHF offices and drugstore pharmacies, the NHF said. Chief Executive Officer Everton Anderson believed the cost to cover the program was a small price to pay when weighed against the intended outcome of the initiative. The NHF once again welcomed the opportunity to invest in the summer employment program as a viable means of exposing students to the world of work, and to healthcare field in particular. We were keen on ensuring that the students obtain meaningful experience and training that will be invaluable for their personal and professional development, Anderson stated. Training and Development Manager Acting, Harry Scott, who had responsibility for the program, commented on its logistics. Based on their competencies and areas of study, students were placed in varying departments where they could learn from members of staff as well as offer valuable support to the team, Harry Scott stated. The NHF stated that in addition to the employment program, various engagement activities were carried out, such as meet and greet session with senior directors, professional and social equity training, the sharing of information on the fund's products and services, as well as a TikTok challenge. Lydia Davis, a student who was assigned to the drugstore pharmacy at the Mandeville Regional Hospital, described the experience as an enriching one. The National Health Fund provided me with such an enriching opportunity. My supervisor, Miss Maxine, and all the employees of the Mandeville Drugstore guided me with patience and kindness, making this an unforgettable memory for the best of reasons, Davis stated. Another student, DaCosta, who spent her time working at the Health Promotion and Public Relations Department at NHF office, gave an extensive testimonial of her experience. During my summer internship at the NHF, I gained a new sense of professionalism and a clearer view of what it means to be in the work of world. I was able to build new relationships and even learn more about myself. My interpersonal skills and confidence improved tremendously throughout the time with the support of the experienced staff members, DaCosta stated. In addition to summer internships, NHF said it also offers internships for pharmacy and pharmacy technician students, as well as to other secondary and tertiary students upon request and review as part of its corporate social responsibility. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell